What's up, everybody? I'm Taylor, and I started this YouTube channel to share my personal recovery journey, to share what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me, and what still works for me. Today, I provide free resources and information and coping skills that I have developed that help me manage my emotions and painful experiences when they come up. Something I want to speak about is I always hear that I am responsible for creating my own reality, right? And I disagree with part of that because in my experience, I spent 15 years making choice after choice after choice, which led to lifelong consequences that prevent me as an adult today from creating the external reality that I would choose to have if I had the money to do so, right? But now the second aspect of that is I create my internal reality. And I used to get so angry when I would hear that because I was in such a space, such a mindset. I was looking through the lens of pain. I didn't believe that I could create my own inner reality, right? I was suffering so bad. Like I was so broken. I didn't believe that I could. And I've been on my healing journey for almost 3 years now. And now I understand the concept of that I am responsible for my own pain. I am responsible for my own suffering. And if I am responsible for my own suffering, then I am responsible for bringing myself out of that suffering. And I spent my entire life believing that I didn't have a choice, that this was just the life that was dealt to me, right? Like the things that had happened to me was because some God in the sky made it happen. Some God I didn't believe in. The reason all the things that happened to me throughout my life wasn't my fault, right? Because I was in the state of denial. It was easier for me to blame other people. It was easier for me to blame my childhood or blame a God in the sky I didn't believe in than it was for me to take responsibility. Because for me to take responsibility meant that I had to take an honest look at myself. And for me to take an honest look at myself meant that I had to feel the pain, the guilt, the shame, the resentment in my heart, in my chest, and I could not look at myself in the mirror. So by me surrendering to my pain and taking accountability and taking responsibility for the choices that I chose to make throughout my life that led to lifelong consequences that still come up on a day-to-day basis, I am constantly indirectly reminded on a day-to-day basis of the choices that I chose to make in my past. And the way that I'm able to deal with that is because today I have a solution. I have a program. I have built a solid foundation. I have learned how to face and process and cope with pain. And that was my problem. Addiction wasn't the problem. It was my inability to face myself and cope with pain.